What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mark Evans, DM. Hope you guys are doing amazing. What's up, Danny? Loving these, making sure I catch them all as often as possible. Good morning, David. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Shane, good morning, good morning. What's up, Donnie? What's up, John? Hey, guys, real quick, give me a quick shout out. Let me know where you're from. City and state. Good morning, good morning. We got people hopping in now, Beacon. What's going on over there, buddy? How's it going over there today?
No, just a little hectic, Thursday, we're about to finish off the week off strong.
Right. All right. I got you. Cool, guys. Thank you for coming on. What's up, JB? What's up, Tim? Thank you guys for being here. Today's topic is going to be a little different. I know. I've been sharing some stuff with you guys, and I was sitting here thinking Milwaukee's in the house, Colorado's in the house, Cleveland's in the house, Nova Scotia, Canada's in the house. What's going on, Dylan? Thank you for being here. Cleveland's in the house. I'm going to get started here in a second as you guys are coming on. But today goes against everything I have taught you. But with that said, this is a surefire way to produce income for the rest of your life. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. What's up, Mike? Nice chatting with you yesterday, my man. Jace, best way to start the morning. Thank you, buddy. He's in Arizona. Hopefully you can hook up with Matt. Matt's out there right now. I don't know if you know that. Larson. Good morning, Dan. So I sit here thinking about something that I've done, something that served me well very long term, and it's continuing to serve me and actually will serve me for the rest of my life. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, Paul. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Thank you very much for being here. A lot of people here. Andre, what's up? And this something is something that this thing is something that you can do. This is something that you can start implementing immediately today to start producing results in the future. Now, I want to tell you something. You're not going to like it because I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to work for free. You're going to have to work for free. I know it sounds crazy. So it sounds wild, right? I want you to work for free to make more money. You might be thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? Mark, you just told me don't do $10 an hour jobs to make $1 million a year. You can't do that. But now you're telling me to work for free? That's right. I'm telling you. I'm begging you, actually, to work for free. See, we live in an amazing time to be alive with what we have access to. The interweb, the social media, the cell phones, things that actually, you guys understand, this is a computer in your hand. Anything, everything, anytime, all the time is accessible via this. Via podcast shows, YouTube videos, Facebook posts, posting on your blog, your website, and everything else in between. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I've done thousands and thousands of videos, audios, and webinars. So let's talk about that, because this is something I've done for free since 2005. I've done many thousands. It was back in the day, it used to be called teleseminars. Now you know it as Zoom and, podcast shows and all that stuff. That didn't exist in 2005 when I got started. It was a thing called a teleseminar. And what that meant is it's kind of like dialing into a phone line, and there'd be people all across the world listening in, and you're simply talking in the phone. And keep in mind, these are the phones that are plugged in the wall, and you have a headset and a cordless strapped on your side. You know what I'm talking about if you're over 30 years old, I'm guessing. A real cordless phone in the house or office. My first time I ever did what I'm sharing with you, I had zero clue. To be honest, I was scared to death. I hate the sound of my voice. Thank God I hate the way I look, but it didn't matter because I was on the phone, so no one ever saw me. I was sitting in my office on Executive Drive in Columbus, Ohio. It was a nice, beautiful summer day. I was scared. I was so scared I did the most immature thing that one would do. I'm not saying do this, but this is what I did. I'm kind of immature. It's just what I am. I bought a bottle of vodka and a big grapefruit juice, a big jug of grapefruit juice. That was my drink of choice back then. And I started pounding Greyhounds. That's what they're called, right? Grapefruit juice and vodka with a lot of ice. I had probably 6 or 7 of them before I went live on the call. I was almost begging. I was almost praying that the phone would break, the cell phone, the cordless phone lines would go down, the phone lines at the office, so I wouldn't have to do the call. I had hundreds of people saying they want to be on. I sent an email out to my list back then and said, hey, I'm going to show up 8 p.m. I'm going to share with you how to do a real estate deal. It was something very simple like that. I don't have copywriting skills. I didn't have a voice skills. I was scared to death to even speak in front of a room, to be honest with you. But I knew where I was going in my life. If I want to do a lot, I have to impact a lot. I can do it one-on-one. That's easy for me. It was very simple for me to meet someone, shake their hands, look them in the eyes, and know what's going on. But when you flip this around and you put myself on a phone with a headset, and I'm just talking about a real estate deal to it could be one person or 1 million people. I didn't even know how. Back then, you didn't even know how many people were on until after the call. They didn't have any metrics until after the call. And there were several hundred, 240 or something like that were on. Thank God I didn't know that, because I probably would have peed my pants. I might have did that anyways because I was half drunk. But I wouldn't just honestly shared my story. Hey guys, I've been real estate investing for 9 years, this and that, and just kind of just told them what was going on. I'm in the Ohio market. You're from wherever you're at. It's a powerful, we live in an economy where people buy properties from all over the country, all over the world. And I have a property today I want to share with you. It's a real life property, and it's available for sale today. And I want to sell it to see if it works on the phone. And sure enough, I had like 4 people in the office in other rooms, and I did this call. I don't know what I said other than what I just told you. I gave them a call to action. I said, just call the office and talk to whoever if you're interested. And what happened changed my life. And I hope it would. And if you do this, I promise you, it will change your life. The phone blew up. The phone literally blew up. Things just started happening. I had no idea what would happen. I had no idea how many people were on it. I was just, thank God I didn't pass out on the call. I was just glad I was done with the call. As soon as I gave the phone number out, I started hearing in the office, ring, ring, ring. I mean, literally, lines were jammed. And I started thinking after a day or two, because I was still like, I was like psyched out. I was so scared. I felt like everything I said was stupid. It didn't make sense. There's no way anybody's listening to me. Why would they ever buy a property via phone? How's this going to ever work? What was I even thinking? This is just stupid chaos. I'm just dumb, And that was the kind of the self-talk I was giving myself. But I controlled it and actually showed up and implemented it. Because I knew the bigger, if it actually worked, I would be better and bigger off in the future. So we sold the property. We made some money. It is absolutely amazing that happened from when I started. Fast forward to today. You guys are watching a show, either Cigars and Coffee, or listen to my podcast show, The Making of a DM, or listen to my old podcast show called Real Estate Power Hour, or maybe you bought my courses back in late 2000s called the Reverse Real Estate course and all that. I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of these today. And the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of times the reason people don't start this is because they can't quantify the results. Well, the beautiful thing is you can kind of quantify a little bit. You might not monetize it out of the gate, but you can definitely quantify it by data, with a little bit of data, like 3 people listening. It's interesting. One of my great mentors, Mike, he wrote a book called Conversations with Millionaires. He actually used to have a radio show, as well as I did too, in Atlanta, Georgia in 2006 to 2008 with my buddy Jim. We had a big radio show out there. I mean, we were all over the airwaves. It was insane. It was just a real estate radio show where we would shoot this thing. And I mean, it literally played all weekend long. It was amazing. By the way, What I'm talking about is great positioning, posture, opportunities galore when you're in these positions that all of us can put ourselves in if you're willing to do the work. So why don't more people do it? Anyways, I'll explain that why in a second. So Mike was telling me, he's like, Mark, when I first started my radio show, this is an AM real radio show in New York City. He's like, I literally had 2 listeners, my brother and my parents. And he kept going, and he kept going, and he kept going. And that's how he created the book Conversations with Millionaires, because he would invite these high, ultra rich millionaires back in the day to his radio show. No one back then ever asked, how big's your listener list? If you said, yo, I'm on the radio, they're like, I'm in. Audience, I want eyeballs, I want ears. Let's get this done. And he would bring them on the show. And then he'd strike a conversation with them after the interview and said, hey, do you mind if I actually one day ever wanted to use this audio, transcribe it, and turn it into a book? Or something to that effect. A book. If you guys have been following me since 2006 at least, my first book was Real Estate Investor Insider Secrets. And what it was is a correlation of multiple conversations I've had with Frank McKinney, Kendra Todd that won The Apprentice, Michael Gerber that wrote The E-Myth. I brought them on my audience. I brought them into my world, shared my audience with them on a show kind of like this, but just old school phones and calls like teleseminars. And about success, what it was like. I wrote 4 books like that. Is that really writing though? I actually just had conversations. We transcribed them, cleaned them up, edited them, made them readable, and sold thousands of copies. Gave all that money to charity, which is amazing. By the way, all my book sales goes to charity. For you to know that. Thank you guys for the Magician versus Mule buying and all. Like, it's just amazing to see the impact that we can make. But as I sit here and tell you this story, I think how often people want to start, but they're like, but it needs to be looking professional like Mark's. This show would exist without Beacon or with Beacon. It might not look as pretty, but it would be here because it's important. And what I'm trying to do is show you guys and lead by example. I've showed up now here over 60 days in a row. I'll continue to do so as long as I feel like I'm making an impact with you, just like you can. You might be thinking, Mark, I want to start a show. I don't know what the hell to say. But before I tell you that and kind of share with you what to say and how to say it, kind of what the next steps are, my question to you is this. I want you to use the world for a moment. And in 5 years from now, do you think if you have an extra 10,000, 100,000 people that knew that knew what you talked about, that understand how you talk, understand what you think about and believe and all that, if you actually had 100,000 or 10,000 or even 1,000 more people than you normally would access to, do you think that would serve you and help you make more money in the future? Do you think that could get you closer to people to talk about more products, more opportunity, more business stuff, whatever you're into? Do you think that would help you get your voice out there to another level? Do you think that could produce more revenue for the rest of your life? See, the thing is, one thing people always used to say to me, and I never really I understood it a little bit, but they always said, Mark, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Kind of is a little true, a little bit. But what I realized is I started thinking, I'm like, well, Michael Jordan makes a lot of money off of people he doesn't know. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, they don't know a lot of their users and buyers and all that. And these guys are printing money faster than they can print it, if that even makes sense. So what I realize is it's not really necessarily, that's partially true, but the real truth is it's who knows you. See, we're trying to build a business. We're trying to grow and expand, but yet you're doing it on deaf ears. No one knows you exist. It's like going out and buying the best cell phone in the world without giving your phone number to anybody, but sitting in your house waiting for the phone to ring. It's not going to ring, except from business owners and telemarketers calling you about junk. Until you understand what I'm really sharing with you, this is, by the way, this is game changing. This will change your life. And the truth is, halfway through this journey, I've been doing this for 15 years, audios and videos and all that. For 15 years, I've been showing up. I still say stupid shit. I don't look any better than any of you, clearly. I talk crooked. I wear a Kangol. I'm just sharing real life stuff, authenticity. And then I realized halfway through this, I know I'm doing it for me ultimately and for you to help you. But really what I'm doing, how cool will it be when my kids get 16, 20, 30, then they have kids, and then they could go on the interweb and type in Mark Evans DM. Be a catalog of podcast shows, videos on YouTube, videos on Facebook or whatever the name it will be at that time. Taking these videos on Twitter and just really I'm just documenting. That's truly what I'm doing. It takes a lot of pressure off of you as a content creator, if you will, or a content sharer. You don't have to create, just share your story. Like I woke up this morning at 4:15 this morning. I went downstairs and I had to get started with the day. I grabbed my notebook, pen and paper, and just started writing my thoughts. Then I wrote my wife a letter telling her how much I love her. True story. We need to make sure we're communicating at high levels because we're growing so fast now in our life. Communication, guys and gals, is the biggest killer to any relationship, or lack of communication, I should say. So I told her that in the letter because I do care. I love my family almost more than anything. I love myself more. Because if I don't love myself, I can't love them. So that's real talk, by the way. I'm just sharing what I believe. And some people will like it. Some people won't. That's okay. What I've realized is I'm not here for everybody. I'm here for somebody, just like you. Many things, like yesterday, I had 8 messages from people like, dude, you did this post 25 days ago. I listened to you. Actually, 78 days ago. I listened to you and I went and implemented what you shared with me. Thank you. It changed my life. It's amazing. I'm just sharing. I can't quantify my message. When I do a post, I don't know what the reaction is going to be. I'm just sharing my story. Some of you listen, some of you don't, some of you interpret it, some of you comment, some of you don't comment. But one thing I do know to be true is for every person that replies to me privately or here, 10, it's multiply that by 10 of that I actually want to that just never do. It's like anything else in life. So the message is being heard. I'm not trying, I just want people to be better off financially, physically, emotionally, and business-wise, grow a real business that serves them. That's my ultimate goal in life, to help you have a better business that provides you a better life. But we have to stop for a minute and think, because I always talk about data, not drama. There's a lot of drama in our lives. We all have drama. But what we do with it, interpretation, understanding that at the end of the day, the more people that know us, the more impact we can make. You can't say no to that. You can't say, no, that's not true, Mark. It's 100% true. There's so many of you out there that have billion-dollar companies in your brain that will never see the light of day because you're too scared to share your voice because you're afraid to be judged. You're afraid, and it's not even failing. You know it will work. You're just too afraid to share it just in case you might look stupid. You might look dumb. You might, in your brain, maybe you think you might fail. Do you understand? We live in such a rapid pace world. People done forgot who Carol Bassett is. People done forgot who the last president was or the president prior. Like, the world's moving so fast. People are so stupid. The good news is there's a lot of dumb people out there, a lot of stupidity in the world. But you know what's cool about this, what we have with the internet, is that you can share your voice so easy. I don't need all this lighting and this microphone shit. I just started using it. If you follow me, you know that. I'm just trying to produce a better product for you to entice you to keep showing up so you can see my pretty face or listen to my amazing radio voice. But at the end of the day, in all seriousness, do you think you'll be better off if you have more followers that understand what you believe in, that understand what you stand for, understand the way you talk, that are really authentic, like connected to you? Like, this is a very ultra powerful thing. It's so powerful, I think most don't understand the power in it. If they did, you'd have a podcast show. You would have a YouTube show, a channel. You would have a website or a blog and an email list. So many of you are so close to a whole nother world if you just step up and get out of your way. You don't have to be the best. The truth is, you just have to step back and realize you looking sharp, you looking real clean and crisp, actually, it's not always the best for you. We live in a world where it's okay to have blurry video. It's okay to have weird audio. We've accepted that as kind of normal. So you don't have to have the best equipment. Just have a video and just start shooting. Just let people know what you're up to. I would love for you guys to answer this question, though. Seriously. Alicia says, good morning, Mark. I'm listening in the background. Our 6-year-old son says daily, is that Mark DM? That's awesome. Tell him I said hello. I think at the end of the day for us, guys, we have to really understand what power you have within you. You're watching me. You know audio and video works because you're in it. You're a user of it, just like I am. I watch a lot of videos. What's up, Terry? Let me know what's up. What's up, bud? I'm a user of audios. I listen to audiobooks on my walks. I'm a user of content. I read blog articles. I read website articles. I read email articles. I read books. I listen to podcast shows. I share podcast shows all the time. I listen to a good podcast show. I share it with the people I think about on that podcast show. By the way, I do that every single time. That's a pretty cool trick, by the way. It's not even a trick. It's a cool thing to do. When you're listening to a show like this, or a show on podcasts, or a show on, or read a book or anything, think of 5 people that you've talked to or came in connection with. I don't care if you're best friends with them or you barely know them. Just say, hey, Mark, I thought of you when I listened to this show. I thought you might like it. Take a listen to minute 17 to 24. It really hit home for me. And when you do that 5 times a day, which is easy to do, I mean, you don't have to listen to 10 minutes a day to just think. It gets your brain thinking about helping and serving other people. Now, I'm not 100% on doing that every day, but I try to make it a habit to do it daily. And video, content, podcast, we email daily. I shoot videos. You guys are here daily. I do podcast shows. That comes out once a week on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. I have website set up where we're starting to create more content on that, where we're taking these videos, transcribing these videos. Oh, let me share that with you, by the way. So what's even more cool about what I'm sharing with you, because I'm alluding to it with about my buddy Mike, and then also what I did with my books, you understand you could create one piece of content and turn it into like 100+ pieces of content. For example, this video I'm shooting, it has audio to it. So what we will do, we'll take this video, it's going to get posted everywhere. And then Beacon behind the scenes is going to take this video and chunk it out into. He's going to take soundbite 15 seconds or so. He's going to take 2 to 7 minute clips and turn them into Instagram TV, right? IGTV, where they're a little bit longer, a little bit more impactful, a little bit more. You got to talk a little bit more to really hammer home your point. All in the same exact show. And then I could take this and send it to a transcriber or upload it to Toomey, Toomey or Toomey.com or whatever. And then they transcribe it and send it back to us. And then we could edit it and clean it up and turn it into a blog article. And then I could take snap a picture. All of you guys, by the way, should do this real quick. I'll show you the power of it. Watch this. I'm going to sit here. I'm pulling up this thing called Instagram, as you can see. Ooh, look at you guys. Oops, there we go. And then I'm going to take a picture. I'd love for you guys to do this. Take a picture, snap. Got a smile for it. And then I'll wait for you. Take a picture and say, yo, follow my boy Mark Evans DM. His shit is on fire. He's sharing real stuff. He's helping me. He's helping others. He may be able to help you too. Now, instead of messaging 5 people, now you just shared it to your one-to-many. This is a one-to-many platform, just like Facebook is, just like Instagram is, just like Twitter is, just like YouTube is. It's a one-to-many platform, podcast shows. And tag me at Mark Evans DM. Now, all of a sudden, they tag me. Now, they might like it or not. It's okay. But now what happens is your followers start to understand who you are and what you stand for, what you're doing on your own time, behind the scenes. See, success leaves clues. If you're sharing content, if you're sharing great stories that where you're at, people start to understand who you are about. And again, what I'm trying to do is put a line in the sand. I only want to work with what I like. Period. Sean, I'm not sure. I forget the name. It's Toomey or something like that. Beacon, do you remember? Oh, actually, give me 1 second. I work for you guys. Give me 1 second. You ready? Teamy, TEMI.com. Beacon, put that in there, please. TEMI.com. You upload your audio, and before you know it, it's transcribed within sometimes minutes. But you all have a show. I would love for all of you to commit to 1 year of doing a show. At least 1 year. Don't do it for a month. Don't do it for 5 months. Don't do it for 10 months. All I'm asking is commit to 12 months. If it's 1 show a week, that's fine. It's only 52 shows. If it's 1 show a day like I'm doing, that's fine too. Just don't get overwhelmed. Just start the process. Remember, you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. If you need help on the podcast, I have a buddy, Jonathan, that does my podcast shows. We simply send him the audio. He cleans it up. He takes the ums and dums and whatever silly shit I say out to make it palatable to you as a listener. Makes me sound better than I am, which is okay. It's called editing, and that's what it's about. See, us as consumers of content, i.e. like videos and movies and all that shit, we're used to like cinematographic stuff because that's how we all were raised. We watch a Brad Pitt movie and we're like, damn, that's amazing graphics and sound effects. I don't have that body, blah, 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 blah. We don't need that anymore. The truth is, actually, I think it's better if you don't, truthfully. So for you to like step into the ring of fire, if you will, just simply start talking on your audio phone. Here's a cool thing. Here's a cool resource as well. I use it often. It's called Tape a Call. Beacon, I don't know if you can get that. Tape a Call right there. See it? Right there. Tape a Call. Pay $10 a month or whatever. I could sit here. Check this out. I could sit here and push this button. And then I could push it. Whoops. I consent. I could push this button. It's going to start. And I call it. And it starts recording my audio. And as soon as I'm done with it, it pings me, saves for 30 days on the cloud. And then all of a sudden, I download it, send it to Timmy, and then it's done. I have content. If I'm walking, if I get a thought, if I'm having challenges, I use it for all types of things. I don't use it just for creating shows, by the way. I use it to learn. I use it to talk my thoughts out. I use it for me. Like, you know, I used it a couple of days ago. I was having some challenges with an individual, and I was walking on my walk, and I just turned it on and just said, what is going on? What am I missing? Or like, am I crazy or are they crazy? Or are we both crazy? That's cool either way. Again, I don't just talk about thought auditing. I live it. I truly live it. because I know it will change your life. It's changed my life. It's still changing my life. And it's something that will never quit. It's the journey of growth. Dave says, I totally agree with what Mark's saying. What would this investment cost to use services like Timmy and using an audio and engineer like John to clean up the audio for podcasts? Dave, Timmy's, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's worth it. That's the simple answer. I think, John, we pay $1,200 a month for 4 shows, and they make you sound amazing. And I can, if you guys would, I'll introduce you. I think I can get you a discount with them to get started. But don't just start and do 1 month or 2 months. Just mentally prepare for 12 months minimum. I will never, ever, ever not have some sort of audio, video, or text content happening on a consistent basis for the rest of my life. I have multiple books in the works in my mind, on my audio, I'm doing video, on the podcast shows, emails every day. Like, it never will stop. And what's amazing about this, I don't really see people talk about this a whole lot. I know they say create content, cool. But the reason most people don't is because they can't quantify it. Mark, I'm already busy. I'm not making that much money. That's why I just said work for free. Expect nothing. I don't expect anybody here to message me today about John's service. I don't expect you to do it. I hope you do, because it will help you and it'll expedite you. And shit, I wish that existed when I started doing it. And he's amazing. Him and his wife, Rachel, they have a small team. They're absolutely crush it for a lot of people. And they're just amazing human beings in general. So that didn't exist when I first started. What existed was a book. I actually bought a book to learn how to do a podcast show. This is a long time ago. And I had to buy equipment. I had to buy Audacity and all this shit. I don't know how to edit stuff. But the results were more important than the process. See, I don't get caught up in the process. I know the process is a piece of the pie that has to happen no matter what. So I edited my own shows in the beginning. They sound horrible. They sound terrible. You don't believe me? Go listen to the Real Estate Power Hour. Listen to my show number 1. Listen to them all, for that matter. And anybody that's been following me for a long time that showed up to my old shows on the radio and all that stuff, like, go listen. But you guys got to remember, this is 2006 when I was shooting that radio show. And I was spending $50,000 a month for that radio show to produce it and to promote it, meaning I had to buy the spots on the radio to have the show. And what's crazy about it, I would do it again. But you don't have to, because you have this beautiful thing called the internet like we have now. Libsyn, the podcast show, all this stuff exists. And again, what I'd recommend is start finding the who to do the how. You don't need to know about all this other shit, cleaning up like I learned how to do. I had to learn it because no one was doing it, truthfully. I tried to hire people to do it. It just wasn't moving fast enough. So I stayed up late, woke up early to create my own show in the beginning. It was terrible. I hated every second of it. But thank God I did it. Thank God I didn't quit, because I'm here today to tell you that it does work. It's allowed me to sell millions of dollars of properties, millions of dollars of education and coaching and mentorship, millions of dollars in business partnerships that I've created over the years through this. It's allowed me to impact people's lives in charity by raising hundreds of thousands of dollars by having a voice and having followers. So I don't care if you're looking to generate revenue for your business, which you should, because that's your duty as a business owner. I don't care if it's what you're trying to do to help raise money for charity, because it's amazing to do that. I think we all should be doing more of it. But like, at the end of the day, I just know the more I give, the more I show up here, the more I make, and the more I feel better. See, I'm showing up here for me. You guys are an amazing outlet for me to share my thoughts that's going on in this crazy brain every day. I'm trying to get better at articulating my words. I'm trying to sound better, more structured, give you better clarity, give you simpler directions to make your task easier. It's not pretty always. I'll say stuff today. I've said 80 things wrong already today, I'm sure. I don't form proper sentences. Get over it. That's who I am. If you're hanging out back, drinking a beer, smoking a cigar, I'm talking to you like I'm just talking to you like right now. How do we grow? How do we push? How do we give more? How do we serve? How do we get more at the next level? Who are we impacting? But again, I stress to you, the reason most people don't do this is because it's non-quantifiable in the beginning. You can't quantify it. You never know when the message you share resonates at the next level. Your story is your story. If you just share your story every day, you'd be amazed at what people want to do. Hey, Dylan, I appreciate you, Mark. I've gotten a ton of value from these and look forward to them daily. Awesome, man. Thank you. Let me ask you guys a question. Again, please participate by replying here in the comment section if you would, if you're listening to this on video. Do you guys like me showing up daily for you? I'm being serious. It's not an ego thing like, yeah, Mark, you're amazing. It's just yes or no. What I want you to do is see the visual impact. You guys are here. I say some pretty crazy shit, some very radical stuff because I'm passionate, right? I get some hate stuff sometimes, but overall, I really don't. And the truth is, I don't even care if I do. The problem is I should have more, right? Because that means more people are listening. Cold traffic would hate this stuff because they don't understand me. They might not like the way I look. They might not like what I believe in. That's cool. That's what, they're not hating on me. They clearly don't know me, right? They hate themselves. That's why they're talking shit about others. Thank you guys, John, Tim. Yes, of course, Tyrone. Thank you guys. You can do the same thing. I'm no better than you. Shit, I might watch your show. We all here might watch your show. You never know who's watching your show. At the end of the day, I have met some of the most amazing people in the world by having a podcast show, by sharing on Facebook a story. And by the way, they're not all pretty stories. A lot of them aren't pretty stories. They're real stories, though. Meaning, when I lost $550,000 on a deal, I shared a very vulnerable story about it. Recently, I lost 70-something thousand, I think, and I shared that story about how it happened and what I learned. And then sometimes I'll share positive stories about what's working, just giving and sharing a story behind it. Sometimes I'll extract and say, hey, guys, I'm buying businesses. I want to buy a business. Do you have one to sell me, or do you have one to partner with? I talk about that once or twice a month. Probably should do it more. I talk about like, hey, if you need money for real estate deals, I have money. I understand real estate. I might be the go-to guy for that. I'm ready to fund today. Whenever you're ready, let's go. If it makes sense. For all of us, you can do the same thing. I was put in a book. You guys may know Sean Whalen, How to Make Shit Happen. I got a bunch of copies, but him and I met on social media through these same channels. Just like I've met all of you guys and gals. It's through this channel or whatever channel you're listening. And then we started creating, like, I like cigars. He likes cigars. I shot a picture of me smoking a cigar one day at the cigar bar. I didn't say, damn it, I'm going to shoot this picture. I hope he puts me in a book. I wasn't even thinking about writing a book when that happened. I wasn't even thinking about a book either. I just simply want to say, yo, man, thinking about you. Snap. You know what's funny? Guess what? Just guess who sent me a picture? Whoops. Stand by. This was just sent to me last night. It's my boy Sean. What time is it? 10:36 p.m. He shot that to me. I was sleeping because I go to sleep early, but I hearted it up when I got up in the morning and let him know I acknowledge him. Thank you for the pic. And today when I smoke a cigar, guess who's getting a picture from me? Sean. That's what it's about. Connecting. Whatever you're into. I'm not into a lot of stuff. Some people are into it. There's a lot of weird people out there, a lot of weird quirks. That's cool. That's what makes the world go round. I don't judge it. I just don't have to participate in it. I just don't judge it. But whatever you're into, if you like, I don't care if it's like, dude, I can't wait to eat a whole box of Fruit Loops or whatever you do, share. We're all on this journey of life. And it's needed more now than ever to share just real, genuine stuff. Because the world's pretty fucked up right now. What's going on is absolutely insane. I don't talk about that side because I'm still confused. It really is weird to me. I don't There's zero logic going on with people. Like I'm absolutely amazed at how dumb most people are. It's not kind of, it's very sad. And my children will never go to a real school ever. They'll be homeschooled forever, and they will be way better human beings than most. I promise you that. It's my life duty to make that a reality. So, and I have my thumb on that one. I promise you. I want to produce amazing children to the world. You know what I mean? And that's the kind, again, I just did it there. I'm just sharing my real beliefs. I'm just sharing my truth, my story. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it, right? But it's the truth for me. And when you talk and just be genuine, it creates a massive authenticity connection. Because people, listen, just because they might not like that piece about that, they might like the other pieces. And that's cool. Because I talk about life. I talk about love. I talk about losses. I talk about family. I talk about business all the time. I talk about all these pieces all the time. Because it's who I am. It's what I stand for. It's what I think about. It's what I do all day. Just like you. You're doing stuff all day. If you have a job beating your head against the wall trying to figure out how to get out, number one, be thankful you got the job. Number two, turn your car into a mobile university to get your way out of the job, if that's what you're looking to do. And number three, execute the information that you learn in the car when you're driving to and from work. And before you know it, you're going to wake up and go. The truth is, like, if I was teaching real estate investing 101 here, I couldn't serve you today. I'm so beyond basic investing, I wouldn't be able to help a beginner investor. And that's not just act like I'm a dick or an ego thing. It's the truth. And when I speak the truth, I get better results. And when I speak the truth, you get better results. Because I could act like I could help you. I could pay someone to recreate it, ingurgitate information to give it out to you for $1,000 because I have authority to do that. But I would never take advantage of my authoritative position for a couple dollars. I'm better than that. And I see a lot of people doing that, by the way. I don't recommend that. Clearly, I don't recommend that. But if you have value, which we all do, just be very clear on who you're serving, you really stand for. I know it's kind of scary in the beginning because you're just trying to do money grabs and get some money. And listen, if you can serve people in the beginning levels, serve them. But I stopped. I just don't like it. My brain's not thinking about spending $300 a month on marketing to do one deal a quarter. I'm trying to do that every minute of the day, not every quarter of the month, every quarter of the year, I should say. So when I decided and said, hey, I just can't do that, I actually shut down a very big company that did that. And I felt like I wasn't giving the value exchange that I felt that I needed to give to make me feel good about it. And this is real talk. And when you share that kind of stuff, I talked about it on the Power Hour, by the way, but when you share that stuff in real life, you will catapult, those around you will catapult into the next level. And you'll really start nurturing and guiding people to a new, like just a new journey, like a new level. See, I fucked it up. I can't even speak right now. I got all these things in my head. I'm crazy. I got, this is my wife and I's biggest fight. She's like, you don't listen to me. It's like, I'm listening, but I'm 14 steps ahead. I promise I'm listening. And I really, sometimes not, but I mostly am. But for you and I, we have to start executing content. Don't get all excited and do it for a month or 2 months. Commit to 12 months. Do a schedule. That's the data, not the drama piece that I would focus on doing. Mark, I'm going to do 52 audios or videos or both this year over the next 12 months. It's one a week. Don't miss it. Every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., I'm going to shoot my show. You can't miss it. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if you have people stomping in your front yard with guns ready to blow your brains out. You shoot that show from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's how serious it is. Listen, I could be all talk, but I've been showing up here 60-something days or more every day at 8:30, and I got a lot of shit going on. But I made a commitment to do it. It's my data. It's my scorecard. It's my duty to commit to this. And I'm telling you, when you commit and you truly believe, you're not going to get it right. You just got to get it going. It's going to mess up. System's going to break. Just know that's part of the process. just know this is what's pretty cool. So I remember one time I was in Canandaigua, New York at my buddy Doug's house. True story. Gosh, had to be 2012-ish? I don't even know. 12 or 13. And I was coming out with a new book. I was doing a podcast show. No, I was doing a webinar. And as I was talking, the internet broke. Something happened. And I had a lot of people, hundreds and maybe 1,000 people on. And I was like, oh my God. Keep in mind, I spent a lot of time, energy, and money to get those 1,000 people there. And I was like, oh my God. Plus the preparation to create the PowerPoint and what the message I was going to share with them. And I was devastated for a minute. But what happens is I went into straight critical crisis mode, fix the problem, get on there and show up. I could have easily just tapped it out, shut the computer and said, F it. It didn't work today. I knew it, and moved on with my day. But I didn't. I actually stuck down. 15 minutes later, I showed up. I still had over 500 people on. And they saw the way I handled myself. I actually connected with people better than with my better just talking to them, telling them what happened, than my whole entire PowerPoint presentation that I stressed out about for 2 weeks. Because it was genuine and real. It was authentic. They were in it. So for you, I want you to document your journey. Just share your story. Obviously have a purpose. Don't just show up and say, hey guys, hanging out now. All right, I got to go. Bye. Like, have a purpose. Who are you trying to touch? Who you talk about? But don't let that overwhelm you. Like, if you don't know all this stuff, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Just know, hey, I'm a real estate investor. Tell people what you do. Your first episode, listen, follow my motto. Go over to the Making of a DM if you're not already there, and listen to show number 1. Go to the Real Estate Power Hour. Listen to show number 1. The first episode's always who I am and what I stand for. Hey guys, my name's Mark Evans DM, a small town hillbilly boy from small town Ohio. Here's my story. Boom. And just go. And what's cool as you do this more and more, your story will evolve. You'll get a little bit more cinematic, dramatic, like hillbilly, my closest neighbor is 25 acres away. You'll start painting pictures a little bit better for your audience to engage in the content a little bit deeper. That's your job. Think of it like as a Howard Stern, if you will. Remember back in the day on TV, on E and all that stuff, or on the radio even, like you can vision what they're doing. Some of it's pretty wild, right? You can envision where they're sitting, where Robin's at, where everyone's at, what the guests are doing. Oh my gosh, they got their top off. What? They're pulling their pants. What are they doing? Oh, and you mentally can see it. That's what as you do this more and more, that truly is what's going to happen more and more for sure. But we have video now at such a simple level. Shoot a video and push submit, and it's done. Caution, don't listen to your voice. Don't watch your videos. Shoot them, edit them, submit them. If you do, you're going to overwhelm yourself. You're never going to push the button. You're going to feel like that button, enter, it weighs 500 pounds. Don't do it. Shoot it, edit, submit. That's it. So guys, if you need help on the podcast show stuff, which I recommend if you're going to do a podcast show, you do, I would simply shoot me a private message at Mark Evans here on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and let me know, and I'll introduce you privately. Thank you. I'll introduce you privately to my boy John. He's amazing. His investment's like $1,200 a month or something like that. And yes, it's a massive investment for massive returns. It will pay off. I don't know when, I don't know how, or I don't know where, but I promise you, you keep showing up, you keep plugging away, you keep sharing your message and your story, you're going to get massive, like unprecedented returns. All of you are seeing awesome read. Awesome. Thank you. Yes. Your daily shows become part of my morning. Absolutely. It's a change of pace. So I have a thing called Wakey Wakey 444. I used to post all this stuff like at 444. I get up. I just like that. It's good cadence for me. I understand it. So that's what I do. Boom. And people love that. The quick talk from the walk. I do that on Instagram all the time. Quick talk from the walk. I got something that I feel like could be impactful. Like today's talk from the walk. I was walking. I'm like, dude, what do people really want? That's how the show came about, by the way. But I asked people like, What do people really, really want? Not me. Not like, let me talk like I'm talking to myself. What do I want? Not what does my mom and dad want me to have. Not what does my grandma and grandpa think I should have had. Not what the society or my culture or whatever thinks I should have. What do I don't think most people know what they really want. I want more money. For what? Well, I want more time. Okay. For example, I have a buddy. He's like, dude, I want to make 10 million a year net. I'm like, cool. I'll pay you 10 million a year. I need you to work 100 hours a week, because he'd make me way more than 10 million a year if I paid him 10 million a year. He said, I would never do that. I was like, so that's not what you really want then? It's real simple. That's what you think you want because you say it out loud and it sounds cool. What do you really fucking want? What do you really, really want? Guys, I'm not talking, I'm beyond the surface level bullshit. I want deep. I want real. Life is so powerful and so short and so meaningful at the same time. I just want to be a great human being for myself, my family, and the people I care about. I want to lead I want to lead in the front. I'm cool with it. I want to get punched in the face. Some people aren't. That's fine. Again, we talked about that yesterday, right? It's very powerful. Very powerful. It's okay to throw in the towel and be a number 2, number 3 person and help guys like me or gals that are crushing the front end, the game. It's okay. I believe for all of us, your story, and I'm being for real here, so please pay attention, as I have been for real this whole time, but this is a listen to me. It's for real. Whatever you're going through, whatever you want to share will change someone's life. I've only created this show to change one person's life. I think I'm doing a job. I think it's working. I've seen it happen. I get you guys don't even know the messages I get, the stories I hear. And by the way, for every one, there's 10 behind it that should be saying something. They're just not there yet. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the one. I'm telling you, it's the truth. Every time I do that, that's what I'm here for. I just want to show up and share. I want to be a great leader for you. Use my confidence, borrow my belief patterns, borrow my belief systems. That's why I keep showing up. Because you guys should be looking at me saying, if this dipshit can do it, why can't I? I'm a poster child for a dummy. I'm a poster child for a class clown. I'm a poster child for not a very smart guy. I barely graduated high school with a 1.8. Never went to college. Why would you even listen to me? I don't know. I'm just sharing my story. No more. No. If you guys need help on the podcast shows, reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. Let me know. Just say, hey, podcast show with Jonathan. I'll hook you up with them privately, one-on-one. Include your email. I'll introduce you guys privately via email. And writers, if you need to write. I mean, there's so many ways to do this. I just urge you to get started. Just get started. Name a show. You can change the name just like I did here. Just like I did my podcast show. It used to be called the Real Estate Power Hour, but I'm like, dude, I don't do real estate. If you listen to Real Estate Power Hour, it's very little about real estate. It's about mindset and business building. That's been going on for years in my world. So I felt stuck. I felt like I can't unattach from that. That's my identity. I'm a real estate guy. No, dude, I'm a business owner. So then I came up with the making of a DM. Me and my team, like, dude, the making of a DM. It's not all about DM and Mark Evans DM. It's about DM, the real DM, you, the dream maker, the deal maker of your own life. You give yourself direction. You can grow this. You can change people's lives if you step up and get out of your comfort zone. You're going to be scared. It's okay. It's okay to be scared. I'm scared all the time, but I'm not going to let fear hold me back from helping other people. More importantly, helping myself. When you start working and exercising this muscle, you're going to expand and grow to such another level. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited to see you do it. I'd love for you, when you do get the show set up, to let me know about it. I may watch it. I may not. I don't know. But if I can, I will. I promise you that, because you're taking action. Either way, your story will change someone's life. You guys know Sean's story. When he started talking the truth, talking about how he went bankrupt with, I think, $12 million, how he got a divorce, how he put a gun in his mouth, how his dad abandoned him, and all this stuff, you know, that's when he turned that story into a multi-million-dollar business and brand. because once he realized people are there, it's so authentic. You're just sharing. And people relate to that. And then they need to help with that. Who are they going to pay? Who are they going to ask? Hey, will you take my money to help me? A lot of people make this all about money. It's not for me. I'm beyond that. I want more. I'll get more. But I want to make sure I'm serving. I want to make sure I'm helping you get what you want. The truth is, guys, it's not all about the money. A lot of people have a lot of money. They want results. They want time. They want freedom. They want to help. They just want to voice. They want to be heard. They want direction. And I hope I can bring a little bit of light to you guys today, knowing that I'm rooting for you. I'm pissed off that we're all not doing more, including myself. I want to make a bigger impact. I want to keep things going. I want to keep it rolling. As Dylan says, keep your feet moving. You talked from the walk yesterday was exactly what I needed to hear this in the last few weeks. I love it. What's up, Kevin? I'm telling you, I'm here for you. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to check out the podcast show at The Making of a DM. By the way, before I go here, I've had a lot of requests about doing a small private event here in Cleveland, Ohio, with the Magician vs. Mule, where we're going to take business owners and people that are on the journey of becoming a big business owner or a business owner in general, about helping you expedite results, create, get a better thought process, thought auditing, how to do better marketing, how to all that. If that's something that interests you, if you guys would please let me know privately, just shoot me a private message. Say, Mark, I would love to attend an event. I'm looking to do something towards the end of August here in Cleveland, as long as everything's cool with the COVID stuff going on and all that. But I can tell you, it's whatever we do will be fire, and we are going to change lives. Not just me. I just want you to take what I share. I hope you can implement some of it, get some results, and enjoy the fruits of your labors. And to me, it's very impactful. It's part of my mission in life to help you, because you're going to help people. Think about again, I can't quantify it. The truth is I'm probably under quantifying it instead of over quantifying. I just want to make one impact today. One, no more, no less. If we can do that, if you let me know. It always makes me smile. Shit, I might even start crying. You know what I mean? So get us started. Get over, shoot me a message. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know if you need help with Jonathan. Let me know if you're interested in the event in late August. There will be a cost. Of course, there's going to be an investment to do that. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff, a lot of amazing people. Appreciate you here. Have an amazing, amazing day. I'm thinking about you guys. Make today count. Peace.